Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. Yeah, had a pretty good week. Geez, Georgie nearly knocked us off the other day. We took Kawabata up to Ararat and we had her set for a race next week, and she was going to have to go 3 or 4 weeks between runs, so we decided to give her a shorter race over 2,000 metres as the lead up for it, and it turned out not all that strong a race. She drew barrier 1, got the absolute gun run and just landed right on the line, and Georgie was on a 50 to 1 shot, and it sort of led up with no weight and kicked away, and she took a fair bit of running down, so well done to George. She rated an absolute treat and was a bit stiff to get beaten by probably a not a bad little horse. Kawabata will go now to Bendigo on Tuesday and back up to 2400, which should suit her, and by winning the other day sort of takes that ballot sort of situation out of it, so she should go well again. Big Froffy, we ran him in a couple of races that were unsuitable for him, and he got back into his grade, and we had a roll of the dice, and he just got beaten in a short half head, so you know, he should be winning in that sort of grade. Just follow him his next start. He should be pretty hard to beat no matter where we take him, certainly keep him to that grade. Took a couple of horses first up down to Pakenham, which went okay. Macrobius I thought would run a blinder, and he just he knocked his leg halfway up the straight and sort of hung in bad and pulled up sore. He's since come through it okay. We've had to inject one of his fetlocks, and that's sort of going to come up okay, and yeah, he'll step out in the next couple of weeks again. Took Big London Fog down to Sale, and he started favourite down there, and in an absolute dawdling race, which was just a terribly run race. They may as well walk the first 3/4 of the race, and then they sprinted up, and he sort of got found wanting a little bit. Ran 4th, only beaten them not far at all, but he might be better suited to be a sort of sit off the speed, run on horse, and certainly in those staying races, the tempo was all wrong for him the other day. Yeah, we'll probably have a really busy sort of week this week with only not having a lot of runners, but a heap of horses getting ready to race. First of all, we'll take Sertorius is going to have an exhibition gallop at Werribee before the first race at 1:10 so I don't know if they'll televise that or not. But he's going great, and he just needs a little trip away and a really short, sharp, hard gallop, and he'll get that on Friday. I'll put Old Severn Road down with him to give him something to chase, and he's a very good track worker, Severn Road, so he'll serve it up to him and give him something to chase. We'll take Kawabata. She'll back up on Tuesday at Bendigo, 2400 metres, 64. That's a good race for her. We'll be pretty aggressive early. Might even try and lead on her or sit outside the leader and take that sort of slow tempo out of the race, make sure it's a good, solid staying race. We'll probably take 5 or 6 down, or maybe even 7 down to Camperdown Trials on Tuesday. I don't want to trial these young horses on the synthetic track too much, so Camperdown's having trials, fantastic track to Camperdown, and always get a good surface. So probably take, there's 4 2-year-olds there and a couple of other horses that are just coming first up, which are probably only 2 or 3 weeks off a race. So it'll be a pretty busy sort of week. Only have probably the 1, maybe 2 runners, but other than that, there'll be a lot of horses getting ready to race certainly in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, just took a couple to the trials at Geelong through the week. A couple of 2-year-olds had their first little jump out. They just sort of popped out of the gates and stayed together. Roldana had her first trial. I'll probably take her straight to the races somewhere next week, but she, you know, she jumps out and sits off the speed and works home, but she actually bounced and led up the trial, so there might not have been a real lot of early speed in that race for her to be that handy. But she's ready to rock and roll. Nice horse. She's headed for the decent 3-year-old races in the autumn, and she'll step out first up next couple of weeks. I had Alonde in at Sale the other day, and I thought she just looked a little bit big in condition, so I gave her a nice solid trial yesterday, and she worked home okay. She'll also step out somewhere next week, and she's also set for the better 3-year-old fillies races in the autumn.
Hi everyone, I had no luck last week. I had a couple of seconds. I thought I was home and won at Ararat on Monday of He Bites of Steve Cooper's, but Kawabata just got me on the line, so I was a little bit disappointed, but at least it was another win for the stable. Hopefully next start He Bites will get there, and hopefully we can get another win. I have a busy few days coming up. I have Werribee on Friday, Saturday I'm heading to Wodonga, and Sunday I'm heading to Ballarat, where I ride Frank Corona's horse, Abide. So I'm looking forward to riding that for a local Geelong trainer, and hopefully it goes well. Hope everyone has a good week, and hopefully I get another winner. Hopefully.
Yeah, this week's horse of the week's a horse called Cool World. He showed us plenty last year, and he's had a big spell. He's come back in. He's interesting. He's really nervy, sort of highly strung horse. He's had a good long spell, and he's come back in this time, and he's a lot more relaxed, and seems to have got his head around being a racehorse. He won a race pretty by about 3 or 4 lengths at Geelong one day and looked very impressive, but just his temperament was letting him down. So with a big long spell under his belt, he'd come back in and he's an absolute ripper. He'll probably trial next week, probably take him down to Camperdown perhaps and give him a trial, and then he'll be at the races the week after that. But he's a real runner, and he'll certainly be wound up first up. That's a horse called Cool World.
Hi everyone. Back in the winner's circle. Great win by Heatherly last week, and followed that up with a second. I still don't know how Heatherly wins by 5 lengths and pays $5. Anyway, straight to Flemington this week. Race 2, number 18, Overstep, round 4 to 1. My value bet, Group 3, Colin Hayes. Race 6, number 9, VOSTOK, round 12 to 1. And I reckon it's the bet of the day. Anyway, good luck, good punting, and we'll catch you next week.
That's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. The Thoroughbred Club of Geelong are having their first function for the year. So they're having a casino night on March 10 at the Geelong Racing Club. So go contact Rob at Windmill, or go onto their website, or even contact the Racing Club and they'll put you in contact with Rob. It's the first function for the year, so get along there and find out what's going on in the racing industry for the next year or so at Geelong. And it's always a good night and a really great club to join. Don't forget, go on our website, find out what's going on in our stable, and also what's going on in and around the place. Plenty of news. We might even run a couple of horses next Thursday or something. So, yeah, just keep an eye on our website. What we accept with next week. We'll gallop a couple on Saturday and see how they come up. Until next week. See you later.
That horse will be heading around next week at this week. Sorry, I was supposed to say this Sunday. All right. Clear my throat. He's being a wanker in the background. All right. So I'm going to remember upbeat. Just get into it. All right.